morning everybody, welcome to this week's video. I thought I would do something a bit different and do a Q&A because it kind of occurred to me that I just have such split traffic. Obviously this channel is really tiny at the moment and there's only a really small handful of you, but I know that I'm kind of like starting to mention this channel a little bit more on my blog, and there's so many more of you over on my blog than there are kind of on any other channel that I use. I love watching Q&As, and I asked a little while ago actually, I asked for some Q&A questions, so I kind of compiled a list of a few questions that I thought were quite good to help you get to know me really. And I'm just about to do my makeup. Typical the day that I decide to film doing my makeup, I've got a nice little breakout happening, but that is life and what can you do about it? So I thought maybe you guys could join me this morning. Sorry if you can hear the washing machine. It's also really nice and sunny and warm today, so I've opened the door, so I'm just very sorry if it's noisy. I'm probably not going to go into too much detail about what I do actually on my face because this is just like my most basic makeup, but I am going to answer some of your questions. If you could live anywhere, where would you live? This question is so easy for me. It is Edinburgh. I have always loved Edinburgh. I went when I was quite young, and I remember really vividly just loving it and just really like enjoying being there. And I have always had just like really fond memories of Scotland. I've been to Scotland to a few different places, Inverness, Glasgow and Edinburgh, and I've just always like had a connection. I've always had a connection with Scotland just in general. I think great grandfather was Scottish, and I don't know, I've just always had such a connection with Scotland. I've always felt like that's where I'm supposed to be, and a couple of times I've really considered moving there, and to be honest, if it wasn't so far away from all my friends and family, then I would have done it. I really wish that I had gone to Scotland or Edinburgh specifically for uni, because I think that would have been a really good opportunity to live there for a little bit, and I feel like it was a good excuse to kind of like go off and move to a new place without kind of uprooting your life, which is what it would be now if I was to move there, which is such a shame. I'm definitely not writing it off though. I would really consider it for the future. Never say never. Do you like scary movies? I love scary movies. Yeah, love scary movies. Always have, always will. It's my number one choice if I am choosing a movie. If I am like, if it's just like me and Toby, literally hardly any of my girlfriends like scary movies, so if I'm watching a movie with the girls, scary movies are like not happening. But I love them. I love proper scary movies where they have like quite a storyline. One of my favourites is, I think it's called Before I Wake, and I just thought the storyline of that was like really cool. I'm less into horror movies where it's like teenagery or like comedy horror movies. I really don't like those. I like the Conjuring universe where they have like the same mediums throughout and it's like a consistent storyline. I think all of the Conjuring movies are really good. I like Brahms and all of those series of films. I like it when it's a series because you can really get into it, and it's like it's quite nice when you find it's hard to find a good scary movie, and I feel like when you find a good one and then there's like 2 or 3 in the series, then it's really good. So yes, love scary movies. If you have any scary movie recommendations, leave them below because I feel like we've seen every scary movie, although Toby and I are really bad with like classics, so sometimes people will talk about like really classic old school horror movies and neither of us have seen them. Yeah, I feel like we need to go back and watch some classics. I think I do my makeup in a really weird order, and now I'm doing it on camera, I'm starting to really become aware of that. Is it normal to do highlight before blush and eyeshadow? Probably not. Where do you live? I live in Bristol in the UK. I I'm from Surrey, specifically a place called Camberley, and I lived there, well, kind of like a few different places in Surrey, but kind of all in the Camberley area from when I was born until I was 20. I moved out when I was 20 to go to uni in Bristol, and I stayed in Bristol for about 5 years, I think. I stayed here as a student, obviously, for 3 years, or maybe it was like 4 years, because then I stayed here for about a year or so after uni as well. I lived with a group of us after, and it was great. We had a really good time, but then the person I was with at the time, we decided to move back home to save up to buy a house, so I moved back to Surrey, and then those plans kind of didn't work out. I ended up living in a flat by myself, which was the best thing I ever did in my life. Love it. Miss my flat so much. I had just the best 3 years there, and I lived there for 3 years on my own, and I met Toby, I guess it must have been after I'd been there for 2 years then, because we did a year long distance, and it was just horrible. Honestly, if you've ever done long distance, you will know it's not even that long distance, it's like 2 hours, but long distance is horrible. Good on you for getting through it. If you are doing long distance right now, if you were doing long distance or did long distance throughout lockdown, I honestly just don't know how you did it. Well done for surviving. It's horrible. Long distance is horrible. The word is, I was gonna say clingy, but that's not the right word. I'm very like full on when I'm in a relationship. Like I've never been the kind of person who's like, we can be together and we'll be like, okay, like maybe see you at the weekend, maybe not. I'm very close with the people around me, and that includes my friends as well. Like it's harder now because I live in Bristol, but when I was in Camberley and when I was in Surrey, I would be with my friends 24/7 every weekend without fail, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, seeing my friends with my friends. Most weeknights during the week I would go to the gym with my friend, or would meet for coffee. Like, I'm a very physical person, very touchy-feely, very like present. I hate having conversations on the phone or WhatsApp. I moved here because we thought it was the best decision. It seemed better to have a house than a flat. It was somewhere that I've lived before, so I was really comfortable coming here. I really needed a fresh start at the time as well. There was a lot going on in my life specifically, but obviously because it was my life, it was obviously heavily affecting Toby's life as well, and I really needed like a big fresh start, and it just worked out perfectly. I also needed an excuse to leave my job without saying you're fucking assholes, so I said I was moving, even though they knew I thought they were fucking assholes. Whoops. But yeah, I live in Bristol. I'm nearly done with my makeup now. I need to kind of slow this down. I'm literally on like the 3rd question. This is ridiculous. What do you do? What do I do? What do I call myself? I quit my job at the end of 2019 and moved to Bristol just before Christmas. Me and my partner set up our own company. It's called Maybe Media. We do a lot of different things. Toby at the moment works for a couple of quite big record labels, which works really well for him because he is a musician and he gets to combine both of his loves, which is animation and music. So he works with a couple of brands and 2 record labels mainly, and then a few others just like as they come and go. Making music videos, lyric videos, promo stuff. If you have like 24-hour loops that are on YouTube, the visuals that are on there, that kind of thing. And I have one external client, and I just do a few hours a week or a few hours a month really for her, and I do her. She has contracted me to be her social marketing manager, and I then work for myself, and I have my blog and my YouTube channel, and my blog is where I have focused all of my attention and where I earn the most money from. So that kind of is the most important thing to me in terms of like my personal branding. I needed something external, which is why I have my external client currently, because I needed some accountability outside of myself. I was really struggling with being like my own boss and never speaking with anyone else and never having someone kind of like checking up on me and sort of encouraging me to have that like routine, I guess. I just really missed having a few colleagues and I don't know, just having some accountability outside of myself. I'm just that kind of person. Like, I really like being my own boss. I like being in charge of myself. So I never wanted to become employed again. I didn't want somebody who needed to demand too much of my time. So the relationship I have with her is just amazing. So I would say I am a content creator in the social media world, I guess. I create content for my client, and I create my own content. My blog is my sort of main baby, and that is what I enjoy doing the most, and that is where I can earn the most, as long as clients want you, you know? And I love it, and I'm really happy that that is the case, because that is where I've always kind of wanted to be, and what I've always really wanted to do. And the fact that it's happening, sometimes you just really need to take a step back and realise, even though it doesn't feel like it, you're like literally living your dreams. There's actually something that happened like a few months ago where I had quite bad depression during lockdown. Like, it got really, really bad. And I opened this notebook. It was like a really old notebook, and a bit of paper literally fell out, and I was like, what is this? And I realised it was something I had written a year before, pretty much exactly a year before, which was so weird. And it was from Denise Duffield Thomas's book, Get Rich Lucky Bitch, or Chillpreneur. I can't remember which one, but I love her books. Her books are the reason why I quit my job. I literally listened to her audiobooks whilst at my SEO agency job. And I think I literally, like, you know, when you just, something is just so profound to you and just literally is like, she was speaking to me. She was literally like, are you sitting in a job that you absolutely hate, dreading every single day, and then like not enjoying your life because of it? Or something really specific. And I was like, yes, I am. And I was like, oh my God, I have to leave here. Like, I have to get out of here. And her book is the complete reason why I changed my life. And I'm like so grateful that I read that book or listened to that audiobook. I highly recommend it. My friend's actually reading it at the moment. I'm so glad she is, because I cannot recommend that book enough. I've written about it in a few blog posts, and I've recommended it to absolutely everyone. But honestly, like, there's lots of different things that resonate with different people, and it might not be the book for you, but it was definitely what I needed to hear at the time, and it was so great and changed my life. Why am I even talking about this book? What am I doing? What am I talking about now? Oh, I remember. So one of the exercises she said was like, write your ideal day, like literally write step by step in like tiny detail. So literally, I wake up and I pull back my silk bed sheets that feel soft under my skin, and I sit up and feel healthy in my strong, fit and like hydrated body, and like, you know, real details. I didn't go into that much detail, but it was like, I want to wake up, I don't want to have to be forced to commute, I want to have time to do yoga and my Ayurvedic practices in the morning. I don't want to have pressure if I feel really unwell, because I have lupus. Some days are really, really terrible, some days aren't too bad. And if I felt really awful that day, I didn't want to have to drag myself into an office and put myself through hell and make myself then feel worse. I wanted to have options in my morning and in my day. I wanted to have the opportunity to go outside for a portion of the day, for a lunch break or an afternoon or a walk. And I wanted to be able to be in control of my time and be able to see my friends and family when I wanted to. And the main things were, I wanted to not have to be away from Toby, not have long distance anymore, and constantly have that heartache. And I wanted to work for myself and be able to work from home. And at the time I wrote that, those things were so far in this imaginary world, I literally never thought they would be possible. And then I read it and I was like, I have all of those things. And I was like, fuck me. Like, I'm sitting here suicidally depressed, unable to dig myself out of this hole. And a year ago, I would have literally killed to be in the position that I'm in now. And it was like the biggest wake up call for me. I think it shocked me in a way that I really needed to be shocked. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm living my dream life. Live it, like, sort it out. And it really inspired me. And to be honest, I think I'm going to do it again, because I was chatting to my friend about this the other day, and I was saying the thing is, you just don't know how far you've come unless you write it down. You know, we change so much as humans all the time, and if you're not making a note of it or writing it down or documenting it in some way, then you're never going to know. It's a bit like, you know, people want to get fit and they think they're never fit, but they didn't take pictures, so they can't see how far they've come, when actually their body is so different to how it was 2 months ago when they started. Just that really shocked me and made me really happy, because I got everything I wanted and I didn't even know it. And of course, the things that is your dream life that you want then is never perfect and ideal. There's lots of things about my life that I really don't like, and there's lots of things that I want to change and strive to change for the future. But currently I am doing exactly what I wanted to do 2 years ago, so that's great. So that's what I do. Cats or dogs? Oh, it's gonna be cats. I'm obsessed with dogs. I am obsessed with dogs. And everyone in my life, apart from one friend, have dogs. So I feel like I am really like surrounded by dogs always. But fundamentally, really and truly, crazy cat lady for life. Getting a cat and I literally can't wait, buzzing. Crazy cat lady. If I could live with 200 cats, I literally would do it. I love them. Star sign, Taurus. My sun sign, star sign is Taurus, and my moon sign is Cancer. I actually have on my necklace, Toby's mum got me this, I have a little Taurus, you probably can't see it, but a little Taurus bull. And then I have my Cancer constellation with my date and time of birth on the back of it, and I absolutely love it. I am a true Taurian star sign, and I am such a Cancerian moon sign. A few years ago, me and my friend went to, I'm gonna just be really weird with this mirror, I'm so bad at eyeliner, please don't judge me here. A couple of years ago, me and my friend went to Milan, and she is also very into the same stuff I am. She's like one of my best friends, and we have both always been obsessed with like tarot, star signs, the universe. Like, we are very like, anything that happens in our lives, we're looking for a higher purpose, I guess, or something out there to be helping us or causing it or whatever. I guess we're looking for reassurance, and we were in Milan for a little while, about a week, and every evening we found this cafe that did like vegan milk, almond milk, so we would go for a couple of cocktails and then literally spend the evening having decaf coffee with almond milk, talking about our moon signs, because I think the website's Cafe Astrology. If I find it and it is that, I'll link it below, because it's such a great website to go on to find out more information about your moon signs and star signs and just kind of everything, and like your rising and just everything. But we were reading each other's moon signs, and I'm not joking, it was like literally reading our own autobiographies. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I've always really connected with the traits of a Taurus. I'm very stubborn, I know what I want, I'm very grounded, I'm extremely like caring, emotional, dependable, headstrong, just the general characteristics of a bull. But when I read, it goes into so much detail. It's got like paragraphs and paragraphs about like family life, love life, work life, health, like everything. And every single paragraph was literally written about me. And I couldn't believe it. And what's funny is this is like my best friend, who we've known each other since we were like 10 or 11. And we know each other inside and out in terms of this stuff. And we're very like, we've always done like tarot and that kind of thing together, so we're very familiar with like how each other deals with situations, and you know, we know each other on a level where we could tell like if that was truly our character or not. And even she was like this is your life. It was so weird. So I highly recommend that you look at your moon sign, especially if you don't feel like you gel with your star sign or sun sign, because Toby doesn't at all, and I think he was born quite late. So his birthday's on the 23rd of March, so he should be in Aries, but he was due like 2 weeks earlier, and he is not an Aries at all, but he is so a Pisces. And I think that he was, I'm convinced that he was supposed to be born a couple of weeks earlier. He's Pisces like 100%, and he's not Aries at all. Favourite TV show? I mean, I feel like I have a lot of favourite TV shows. I guess cult classics, Friends, Sex and the City, Parks and Recs. At the moment we are absolutely obsessed with Formula One, Drive to Survive. I have followed Formula One most of my life because my family do, and the last couple of years I haven't, so it's been really great because it literally started when I sort of dropped out of watching the Formula One, and it's a great way to recap. But also Toby has always been really, not anti Formula One, but really uninterested, never wants to watch it, has no time for it, and he's addicted to this show. And now it's the summer break, I think it's like 3 weeks currently, so there's no races on at the moment, but he is obsessed and can't wait for it to come back on because he really wants to watch the races now. I just love like I just love learning about anything. I love documentaries, I love audiobooks, I love anything that's going to teach me something. And I know a lot about Formula One, and what's really funny is I actually knew a lot more than I thought, because Toby keeps asking me questions and he's like, wow, you know so much. I'm like, wow, I do. And that's purely because of asking my dad questions over the years when we've been watching it. But yeah, love it. That's great. Oh, Modern Family, of course. Modern Family, one of the best TV series ever. I think Friends, Modern Family and Parks and Recs is like up there with my top 3 series ever. But then there is Sex and the City. Oh no, Modern Family or Friends has to be the best. When, like, I try and watch Friends every year and Toby won't let me. He's like, you watch it too much. But I like watching it about this time of year, kind of like August time, so that I can then, it kind of finishes about Christmas. So I can kind of watch it and wrap presents and put my tree up, and you know, if I haven't got a Christmas movie on, I kind of watch Friends, but then it ends. So that I hate when things end, so it doesn't end and then I'm just like lost with nothing to watch. It ends, but I have like festive stuff to watch and it's like fun. But yeah, love it, love it, love it. I was actually saying to my dad the other day, I was like, do you know when I first watched Friends? And he didn't know the story. But basically, when I was little, I had 2 cats, Kitty and Ginger. And Ginger had like a problem with his heart, so he died like when he was really young, like he was still a kitten. I think he was like 1.5 years. And I was so upset. It was so horrific. And I remember just being so sad. And my mum and dad were like, I was really upset. They were like, you're allowed to stay up tonight. It was a Friday night and they were like, you can stay up. And I stayed up and we were in their bed and we watched Friends. And I remember being like, oh my God, I'm watching this like adult thing. And like, it's the TV show that they always watch that I don't know what it is. And I think it's really funny that Friends was on like every Friday and you had to like wait a whole week to watch it. But I'm like, I was like 7. So that must have like really recently come out as well. Don't remember what episode or anything, but I remember watching it and being like, I'm so cool because I'm staying up and watching Friends. I've finished my makeup now, so I'm just gonna answer like one more question. Actually, I'm gonna answer 2 more because I've only got a few more here anyway, so I'm really sorry that this has been so long, but I've really enjoyed it. And I really hope that I've answered some things that have kind of like helped you get to know me. Do you have any nicknames? Well, my name is Emma. I don't know if everyone knows that. On my blog I call myself M because that is one of my nicknames. My name's Emma, but my most common nickname is M. My brother has called me M since we were kids, like he has always called me that. And then my family pretty much also call me M. Not so much my friends. Oh yeah, I guess they do. But we have an M's in our group, so I feel like my friends do call me Emma rather than M because there's M's. Toby calls me M. Toby calls me Curly. That's like probably his biggest nickname, and so does his family. So like Toby's side of the family call me Curly. We all have nicknames on his side of the family. So M, Curly. My mum calls me Emmy Lou, which I hate. When I was younger, she always used to say Emmy Lou need a poo, which my cousins are quite a lot younger than me, and they always thought was really funny, so that sometimes they call me that too. When I was like a lot younger, people would call me MZ. I feel like that was a thing to do, like when you were younger. I feel like you just added like Z onto everything, like MZ. But no one has called me that in a very long time. So currently it would be like M or Curly. Or really weird things that me and Toby call each other, like sausage poo face, or I don't even know. We have some really weird nicknames. We have spent far too much time together in lockdown without the presence of other people. We have become so weird, it's really concerning. I don't think we are going to be able to integrate back into normal life ever. So actually we've done all right so far, but we've only really had like short interactions with people, like just a day or just one evening, so we kind of have to get back to normal life. But yeah, we have a lot of weird nicknames. But M or Curly. Favourite season? I'm going to end with this question because this is a nice one. I love all of the seasons. I have always absolutely loved summer because I am such a sun worshipper. I love the sun. I'm literally like a gecko. If there's like a corner of sunshine in a room or like a slither of sunshine like outside, I will be like exposing as much skin as I can and like creeping into the shape of that little bit of sun to try and get a tan. I absolutely love summer. But my favourite season, and I've kind of got more into this as I've got older, is autumn and winter. I would say autumn because winter kind of starts in December, and the majority of winter isn't the best because it's like January, February time, and it's just cold and quite often miserable, and you're kind of just wanting a bit of warmer weather by that point. But the months leading up to Christmas, so kind of like September is always quite warm. So like October, November, December, which is predominantly autumn. I know December's technically winter, but autumn is just the best. I love that it's like cold, but not too cold. And you can like layer up and wrap up. I'm not a massive fan of summer fashion. And I think that's why I just don't love it as much, because I just love layering. I'm just down with like layers and coats and boots and hats, and I really love fashion. I love all the like movies, festive movies, holiday movies, Halloween movies. I love dark evenings. I know that's something that not a lot of people like, but that's something I really struggle with in summer. Like I really miss the coziness. I like to have fairy lights on, candles lit, blankets, hot chocolate, marshmallows. I don't do well with like just hot, bright evenings. Love it on holiday and I love it for a little bit. I really like to be able to sit out in the evening, but actually that's great on weekends and stuff when you're seeing friends and family. But during the week when you're just like at home and you want to get cozy and like settle in for the evening, it's really annoying when it's like 25 degrees, really hot and just really light when you're trying to go to bed. So yeah, I absolutely love autumn. I cannot wait. We're at the end of August now and it's fast approaching. I can't believe we're coming into like the last part of the year. It's just insane to me, but I am really excited about it. Can't wait for Christmas. Can't wait to get our kitten. Just can't wait for Halloween. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I really can't wait. So excited about it. So yes, autumn is definitely my favourite season. Thank you so much for watching this video and sticking with me. I know this is going to be a long one. I think I'm on my third clip now and all of them have been like half an hour long. But yeah, you've seen me kind of do my makeup. This is my everyday makeup look. Just really basic and simple. I feel like I dragged it out and did a bit more than I would normally do just because I didn't want to stop chatting. I would put a bit of lipstick on if I was going out. My go-to lipstick is MAC Modesty at the moment. I like MAC Modesty and MAC Mare for just like my normal day, kind of like a pinky nude, or just like a bit of Lush lip balm, which is quite often what I'm doing at the moment because of face masks. Thank you so much. I hope you learnt a bit about me, and I would love to hear from you guys if you've got any other questions, or if you have answers to the questions that I've answered. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon.